Kiwi promised us something special today. It's a beautiful car. Kiwi, what is this? I love the color.
This is a 1970 Cougar XR7.
Okay.
That's a gorgeous colour. We're getting a lot of comments on that.
Rag top.
Yeah, soft top, rag top. Nice wheels. Just looks like a really nice, clean car.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was looking at this when I pulled up, and everything is just so nice on it. Look at the details. Look, it's got fresh bumpers, all the chrome, the taillight lenses, everything, the emblems. This car is detailed so beautifully. Oh, nice. Let's take a peek at that interior. Ooh, that's beautiful.
Lots of plushness in there.
Yeah, it's very
The
posh.
Cougar should be. A Cougar was a high-spec Mustang, really. The businessman's Mustang.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Oh, the sill moldings are beautiful. This car is really detailed nice. This is the kind of thing that if I was to go to a car dealer or a consignment shop or an auction,
Yeah.
I would look at this car and just say, man, that is nice. Look at all of the trim. Everything's just perfect and beautiful on it. What's under the hood?
It's got a 351 Cleveland. Yeah, it's pretty nice in here. You know, could do with a little clean maybe.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's pretty good.
I like the chrome Cougars all over the place.
Yeah,
That's
got Cougar on the valve covers and
that's a nice touch.
Cougar on the it is. But you look at the wiring and there's not, you know, joins everywhere. It's actually first impression is a good one.
I'm seeing my first flipper kind of clue.
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah, the old school plastic conduit.
yeah. That's so GM, like a hardcore Ford guy of this era would never. No, but that's all right. That's okay. They neaten it up a little bit. Nice little AFB hiding under that faux dual quad air cleaner. But that's all right. Chrome alternator. Kiwi, this is a nice car.
Yeah, that was my initial reaction as well.
Yeah. And then what happened?
I looked a bit closer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's an uh-oh. It's another one of those uh-oh stories.
The plot thickens.
That seems to keep coming my way. I'll show you a little telltale. I was actually adjusting the deck lid because it was sitting up a little bit high. That's no big deal.
Okay.
Now, I don't know whether your camera will pick it up, but if you look along here, there's a bunch of bubbles starting to come up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure whether the camera will pick it up, but...
Oh, I see it. I can... Yeah, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up either, but...
And these little seams here, you can tell what... The trained eye can tell these have been carved out of Bondi.
Yeah, I see that.
It's not the nice little radius that rolls over with a tiny wiper seam sealer in it, and the other side's actually a little bit...
Right. I mean, I don't have a trained eye, but now that you point it out, I see it clear as day.
So, and there's some quite deep sanding marks in this panel.
Okay, but I mean, other than that, I mean, there's...
So I went inside the trunk and had a little feel around up inside here from underneath, and you could feel where the metal had been patched and overlapped.
Oh.
It's like, oh, okay. So I thought, I'm going to put it up on the rack. The customer wanted it up on the rack, so and have a look, and yeah, that's where it all starts heading south. So let's put it up on the rack again, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Let's do this thing. I'll fast forward into the future through the magic of editing. Has a nice sound to it.
Yeah, it 9 out of 10 boxes.
9
But
out of
it's
10.
the 10th box that's the kicking.
I can't wait to see what's under this thing. Is so nice. The detail on this car is so nice.
Yeah, if you look on the front edge of the door here, the door's about throughout, you know, going on 1/2 inch thick here. You know, you've got a little line forming here. There was a patchman put in here.
You're breaking my heart because I would really want this car to be sweet.
Yeah, me too. So was the customer. But it's not to be. Let me grab you.
Holy moly.
So yeah, let's start here. You got a big crack across here. That's the frame rail to the torque box. You got a big crack here, but all this is all mud cracks. This is all been just quickly mudded. Some kind of a patch panel over here. It's not till we get over here that there's some remnant of original flooring. This is all patched up here. This is again very structural. It's just, this is the bullshit people do.
They use spot putty on it too.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and the way that crack is opened up, this car's on the move.
Wow.
Yeah, this panel, you see all the cracks above, like along here.
Yeah, that's separated because
above the leaf spring. And you go further back up into here, which is getting a little bit harder to see. So we'll get the light pointed in the right direction for you. But there's lots of mud and bondo and patches.
Holy jeez.
Right, and check out the chassis rail back here. This chassis rail has been rusted here and they've bondoed it up.
The whole frame rail is made out of bondo.
Yeah. Right.
And red lead. Why did they red lead?
If you can get your camera up here, you can see.
I gotta come around. Oh yeah. The wheelhouse is separated from the floor.
Completely. It's just not connected anywhere along, pretty much around the perimeter of it. It's just either bondo or fresh air.
That whole thing is mud right there.
Yeah, this is all full of mud here. You've got holes in the trunk floor. The chassis rail here is being patched. All this is patching.
Oh geez.
Back here, but look at the, even with the undercoat on it, you can still see the welds are junk. And then if you peer a little bit further back, and here, it appears they've put some new flooring in the trunk over the old floor.
Over the old floor.
Or over what's left of the old floor. Again, it's that lipstick
on a pig. I cannot believe.
And I mean, we've just looked at like an eighth of the car now.
We just literally just walked under it.
Yeah. And you can see like big patch panels in here, joins.
Okay.
Okay, there's a little, see this?
What the hell is that?
That's rust scale from inside the rail. That's, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's big chunks of rust scale. Yeah. That's what I'm moving. And this is all bondoed up here. Patches back here, you can see the nasty welds. More rust up here.
Dude, what was
same treatment on the wheel arch. Like if you look in here, all this is all mud. You've got the same on the front here. Right the way around this inner wheelhouse, it's all been either patched up, mudded up.
You go around to the other side here. Oh,
and
yeah.
it's, you know, it's just the gift that keeps on giving. All up high around this perimeter of the wheelhouse.
I see it.
It's all just full of mud. It's just like they must have used cans of it.
But where did this car come from?
I know very little about the history of it other than the customer bought it at an auction.
Bought it at an auction.
Not one of the big name ones you see on TV, but one of the smaller auctions, so he's had limited regress to them.
But it's still an auction, flipper paradise.
Yeah.
This is a classic flipper
Again,
turd.
the rail.
Unbelievable.
This is where it's rusted away.
You see it?
That should be like a nice round hole. It's all rusted here, the bottom's rusted out. They've mudded it from here through to here, and this is more mud falling off.
And they loaded it up with spot putty. Why did they use spot putty?
But again, see the crack here and the gap here. That opening there wouldn't have been there until the cars started flexing, and it's cracked it open. That's why you got a big crack across here. But here, like large amounts of Bondo in the floor.
The whole floor of this car is
joined.
Bondo.
Now look up in this hole is like twice the size it's meant to be.
So this is the reinforcement plate.
This is convertible reinforcement. Yeah. But if you look up inside here,
oh geez, there's nothing there.
Look at this.
Oh my God.
And this hole, they've I don't know, they've gas cut that hole larger for reasons known only to them. Come peer up in that hole. See all this?
Yeah.
This is all inner. And there's all mud here on this reinforcement plate. This is all mud here. They've welded in some kind of a patch and floor pan here. This should have all the little grooves rolled in.
Yeah.
You know, this is all patched. It's all patching. This is all patches here.
This is all Bondo. This is all Bondo in here.
Yeah, and I mean horrible welding. You look at the torque box, which is, I mean, desperately need torque boxes on a hardtop car.
Big gap right there too.
Big gap, all sorts of RTV and mud and stuff.
Oh, it's silicone. Oh, well, I guess they ran out of Bondo, so they switched over to silicone.
Yeah, you gotta wonder.
Unbelievable.
What's the front of that too? And yep, if you look up here, this is a splash guard that's falling out, but there's all welds. This is all patches here. There's all little bird shit welds here. This is all mudded here. See the mud right there?
Is this?
Yeah, it's more mud there.
So literally the entire underneath of this car is Bondo.
Yeah. And what, you know, they've welded or attempted to weld. I mean, you should take a picture of some of this stuff, Tony, because this makes your fluxless welding look magnificent.
I feel like a god. And it's rotted above it. So here's a bead that they laid, and there's rust holes above
it. Yeah.
And then Bondo. Just
in Bondo, there's another rust hole up here.
Let me pull this over. Look at this.
Yep. And that Bondo's like coming off there because the car's flexing so.
Yeah. They patched this together for a quick sale.
Somebody did. He was told it had been restored.
More red lead. Look at this, guys. Yeah. Do you see the way this is coming off of here?
And like, if you look, this is a section that goes over the main chassis rail,
right?
And you see all the bulges here. That's all the rust in behind
it's
making
bubbling.
it swell. And this repair goes right up over here. This to the chassis up here.
Dude, that's not a repair.
No, you're right. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. It's not a repair. And then again, you know, this is just smooth sheet metal kind of thrown in. If you look from this angle, you'll see these gaps here.
Oh yeah.
That's just, it's not welded in. It's kind of just dropped in and glued in with a bit of mud and maybe some Tech screws or something. You know, Tech screws holding the bottom of the fender on.
Oh geez, soft tappers.
Yeah.
And look at this soft.
I don't know whether you can see it on camera, but there's really deep sanding marks here, like 40 grit sanding marks.
Dude, the fender is held in place with soft tappers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, there's two. They use two.
Well, yeah, they did double it up, I guess.
But here, again, if you look up here, see the cracks?
And more red lead.
And the cracks here, this is all cracking.
What were they thinking with the red lead? I don't get it. I've never seen anything like this.
And if you can take a peek up here, you can see it's, there's all gaps here, you know, sort of patch panels. Yeah, it's
this is next level.
Like I said, I think this is actually worse than the asphalt stuff.
Well, it's extensive because it's literally the entire underneath of the car.
Yeah.
So guys, look at this contrast. This we're looking at out here. Okay, you walk up on this car at one of these classic car places or auctions, and this is what you're seeing. Look at the beautiful detail on this car, right? You'd fall in love with this thing. I fell in love with it when I walked up on it. Unbelievable. And imagine what's hiding under that paint.
Look at this joint here.
It's
That's meant to be a nice fine little line, and it's just like a
filled with
big
mud.
groove that's been carved, and it's cracked all the way along. The reason it's cracked is it's flexing like a mother. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, the guy brought it to me after he purchased it at auction, and so I could check it out, make sure it was all up to scratch.
after
The fact. That's closing the door once the horse is bolted. Like,
actually, I'm looking at the door gap now.
Yeah.
The door gap, it's a little wonky.
And also how thick the bottom of the door is. Like,
The bottom of the door is all mud.
yeah. And the way the
So is the
rocker
rocker.
rolls in, the rocker's full of mud. Yeah, it's and here there's quite a bow here, and lots of like dodgy welding, to say the least.
I think we get the point. I mean, we could just keep going under this car for the rest of the day. And,
Yeah,
and
it keeps on. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
it's unbelievable.
Really is.
There's more, more Bondo. What's this? What's this wire to?
Oh, that's the e-brake.
Oh,
cable.
the e-brake cable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they mudded the e-brake cable to the floor of the car.
But this is, you know, basically comes under the. Here's a little towel. There's a little shape molded in here from the factory.
Yeah.
It goes all the way to the front. Where's it gone?
Dude, let me tell you something, okay? Listen, I'm serious about this. I am like the worst body guy that has ever existed. Everything I do is like bad. I mean, just bad, because I have no talent for it. On my worst day, I could never come up with anything like this.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I think it's very deliberate.
Very deliberate.
This is not somebody's best effort.
Oh, look,
This
the
is
sheet metal screws over here.
Yeah. I mean, it just keeps on giving. It just keeps on giving. Yeah. And yeah.
That's adorable. Unbelievable.
But yeah, unfortunately, the customer did it a bit backwards. Got it checked out after he bought it instead of before.
So now he's going to sell it.
And now he's there. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There's really nothing you can
He
do.
doesn't want to keep it. He doesn't want to spend the money on it because it needs 30k on it, really.
Easy.
Because you're going to tear into a lot of paintwork getting all this right. So you got an easy 30 grand to make it nice. Really, it needs a complete restoration. It needs to be blown apart, everything done, and it can be fixed. It can be fixed.
But at what cost? And
At what
what is he
cost?
already into the car for? And then the cost of doing this
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the time. This isn't
He'll
a job
spend
you
all
do
the
on
money to
weekend.
fix it, and then it'll be worth what he paid for it. Because if it was as good on underneath as it was on top, he paid the right kind of money for it. But it's not.
So you guys who sometimes you're like, oh, why do you pick on these dealers? Why do you pick on these auctionmen, these consignment places? That's why I pick on these things. It's not shoddy workmanship. I do shoddy workmanship, okay? That's thievery. That's absolute thievery. And in some cases it's extremely dangerous because literally the entire floor of this car, the frame rails and everything are made of Bondo. The whole bottom of the car is Bondo. Right? What do you think, Kiwi?
Oh, well, I agree completely. If this was in a wreck, I don't mean a little nose to tail at 20 mile an hour, but a wreck, the thing would break up.
Seriously, and I'm not saying this just to get views. I don't do these videos just to get views. They get views, right? But I don't do them just because of that. I do them because, and he does them too, because we love this culture. We love the cars. We love the people. And this stuff is an ultimate perversion of the craft of car building and hot rodding and all of the other stuff. And people are getting robbed, blind. So, you know, I don't feel that I'm harsh on these dealers or these consignment places or the auctions. That is what you get. You should share these videos with anybody you think of, anybody you know or you can think of that may be in the market, that, you know, maybe looking at cars. They want a finished car, they want something they don't have to do any work on, it's all pretty and stuff like that. Share these videos because you'll save somebody a ton of money. Untold buckets of aggravation and possibly their freaking lives. And I'm not exaggerating that.
And for me, part of the problem is I think this guy is going to end up like away from the hobby.
Yes.
He's been burnt. He's got to go home, tell his wife, I screwed up, someone ripped me off. You know, we're doing quite a lot of money, and she's not even got to ride in it. And so if once he does sell it, and you know, like, she's not going to be very keen to try it again. And can't say I blame her, but it's weird. People will drop $500, $750 on a home inspection.
Right.
Right. And not they don't see it like it's not a hardship for them. But try and get someone to drop $300 on a car inspection. That's 1% of the value of the car.
It's because people who aren't savvy, they assume that the person they're buying it from, the consignment lot or the auction house, or whatever, has inspected the car. They've gone through it, and it must be good. It looks good. These are professionals, and this is what they do for a living. They must be selling a good car. No, that's what they're selling, and that is more common than you would believe.
It really is. And I was talking to another hot rod friend of mine and saying, is it just me? Like, why do I get all these cars that are like that? You know, am I some sort of magnet to them? And he believes it's like that nationwide.
Oh, I've seen enough.
Because, you know, this is a Tennessee car.
Right. On top of that, it's a Tennessee car. We don't have any salt on our roads.
But people keep buying them. People keep getting caught, and it's frustrating. I hate making the phone call. Like the look on these customers' faces when they find out they've shit the bed. You know, it's what's rewarding in this job is giving someone back a nice finished product that drives good and does everything right. That's the payoff. Making these phone calls is
no. I know.
But I wish people would listen and get inspections.
Because
you can't rely on the state. The state doesn't do any safety inspections.
The state does not care.
If there was safety inspections, they would have picked this up and said this is not safe to drive, and it's genuinely not safe to drive.
Bro, we could go on for the rest of the day on this car, and I'm sure the more we look, the more we're going to find.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? We're seeing the tip of the iceberg. You know, if you got the seats and carpet out of this thing, it would be ugly.
Right, I'm sure you guys have got the point by now, right? And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to Kiwi's Catastrophic Cougars on YouTube.
Kiwi Classics and Customs.
That's his second channel. Kiwi's Classics and Customs. All right.
Yeah. So another sad story. Not a great way to end the week, but hey, you know.
I swear to God, when I pulled up on this car, right, I really wanted it to be nice. Like, I knew you called me here because you told me that you found like unbelievable next level stuff. But when I pulled up on this car, I really wanted you to be exagerating, and I really wanted it to be nice.
Or say, no, it's this Cougar around the corner.
Right, or something like that. Because it's so beautiful. The color, I love the color, the trim, everything about this car is just until you get underneath. That's it, guys.
All right.
I hope you got something out of this. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.